when we start, dropping 40, 50 points, 81,
So you're saying, well, there's a two-part question for me.
Yeah.
So one thing you're saying, for your team, there's cuts are coming. And secondly, even though the score of the game was only 56 to 53, I apologize. I nodded off for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
56 to 53, you can yourself knock down 50 points for your team.
Oh, yeah.
Would that have not given you a 50-point win?
That would take away from my teammates' points. I would drop 50 and they would, amongst themselves, divide the other 100 points. But yeah, scores are going to be 150 to high 60s, high 70s. But pretty much what I'm saying is I can take on a whole team by myself. As long as my teammates give me the ball. All they have to do, as long as they get the rebounds, they get the steals, and give the ball right to me, I can put it in the hole.
I heard that the reason you were such a hot prospect is because at Dana Middle School, you were balling up a bunch of 14 and 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they were shocked that a 6'5", 22-year-old male could be so dominant against 14 and 15-years.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
When I got to Dana, the first couple of weeks they sent me there, I saw some hype, There was 8th graders walking around, 5'3", 5'4". I was blown away, I was like, wow, I'm gonna get my, handed to me, handed to me. And but once I started playing with them, these guys are, they've got, muscle, they're skilled players. There's this kid,
they're still going through puberty, which is an advantage.
Exactly, yeah. But once I started playing with them, I noticed, okay, maybe I am a little stronger than these guys. Maybe I'm a little taller. I should use that to my advantage. And I've done that, I've done that. And I think that helped my game a lot, playing up in the hills up there. Those guys can ball up there.
I've heard you've made a couple players cry.
Yeah, I actually elbowed a kid in the top of his head. I got the ball, went baseline, went up and under to the other side, dunked it, and when I came down, I came down with my elbow on top of a kid's head. I cracked the kid's head open. I bled, but he was okay. He was a good guy.
Nobody blames you for that freak accident. So people thought it was inconsiderate to tell him to hold on to the pose so you could take poster pictures. Do you think that was a little far to go?
I think that's just if he shows that to kids in the future, they're gonna see me next to their dad, and they're gonna say, "Wow." That's what his kids are gonna say, "Wow."
Well, it sounds like his kids won't have a great vocabulary. It might have to do from the brain damage he received from the elbow shot to his head.
Actually, the reason they'll say "wow" is probably because that's the only word they're gonna be able to say. Wow. They probably won't even recognize me, I also look exactly the same. Probably cuter, better,
Well, Giovanni, this has concluded our interview about your first Scott Park loss.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm just glad for the time, and I hope that many more victories or losses come your way, whichever you prefer.
I take victories over losses. I would. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to the fans. I'm gonna give it to you guys straight up. I like to win.
You heard it from his mouth to your ears, people. He enjoys victories. He will go out there and gain victories.
I will.
Any more words of wisdom?
For all the other teams in this league, thanks for joining the league. Thanks for making it happen. But it's not gonna go nowhere for anybody. But the reason I thank them is because if it wasn't for those other teams we play against and beat every time we get out there on Friday nights, if it wasn't for those teams being out there, we would be 0-0. There'd be no games.
You would just be running practices.
Pretty much, and I don't do practice, so I wouldn't be out there at all. So it's thanks to those guys that make this league happen, year after year after year. We're on what's today's date?
Today is 10/24.
11 o'clock. Yeah, it's going about second season now. Second season, yeah. And if it wasn't for those guys returning, I mean, I would have been at home, you know, doing what I do.
Sleeping?
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, I just want to send a shout out to those guys. You know, thanks for coming out tonight. But I mean, it's not gonna happen again. Let's enjoy that win, guys. You know, throwing that out there, guys.
Would you like to clarify any of the rumors that have been said that you were going to go out and celebrate your loss with the winning team?
Yeah. I mean, I'm close friends with a few of the guys on the other team. I won't mention any names because, you know, Heisman and Carlos, they will get mad. So I will not mention any names. But, yeah, I party with those guys. You know, we go out, you know, we do what we do. And come back home and show up that Friday again and go at it.
It sounds like they do what they do. So tune in next week when Daniel Zavala will have the second interview. I said second interview with Jomani Bendis. Jomani? Gio Mendoza. And we'll see if there's a win, a loss. Mendes. Or even a tie like in hockey.
Yeah.
So
or soccer.
They go to shootouts in soccer.
No, they finish in ties. Sometimes they finish in ties.
Oh, that's when the crowds like start raging and killing
that's
people.
Another subject.
That's another subject. So we're out for this week. Check out next week. This will be up on YouTube or YouPorn. Regardless, we're out. Fantastic.
All right, guys. Peace.
Can you give a shout out to our sponsor, Fantastic?
No.
Can you at least say that you know what Fantastic is?
The drink. Fanta. Right?
He's lying. And we're out.